Let's go Broncos! Something very special is happening inside the Denver Broncos locker room, and most fans have no idea how profound it is. I have exclusive behind-the-scenes details, words directly from Courtland Sutton, and a moving story that connects the heart of this current team to the soul of one of the greatest Broncos to ever wear the jersey. What happened on the field wasn't just a comeback. It was a message. And if you're a true Broncos fan, you need to hear this. But before we dive into this moving and powerful story, be sure to like this if you believe in the Denver Broncos legacy. And if you've ever worn the orange and blue with pride, leave a comment saying, "Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue." Let's flood this video with love for the team, the DT, and the future of this franchise. Now let's dive into what really happened. This wasn't just about football. It was about honoring DT, the man who left a mark not only on the field but in the city of Denver itself. Sutton spoke candidly about how emotional it was driving into the stadium, seeing all the 88 jerseys, feeling the presence of someone who meant so much to the organization and the fans. And to come away with a victory on that day, that made it all the more powerful. Sutton said it best, there couldn't be a dark cloud over something so monumental. The team wasn't going to let that happen. And they didn't. And then there was Sean Payton. Folks, Payton showed once again why he's regarded as one of the brightest offensive minds in the league. The final offensive play that set up the game-winning field goal, that was installed on Saturday. That's right. The coach pulled Sutton into his office and said, "If we get into this situation, I've got a play. It's going to work. Just trust me." And when that moment came, second down, across the 50, with time winding down, Payton dialed it up. And it hit. Sutton motioned, read the coverage, and thought, this could work. It did. That one play was the bridge to the win, the exclamation point on an emotional roller coaster. And let's not forget the rest of the wide receiver room. Sutton gave massive praise to Marvin Mims, who made huge contested catches in key moments. He talked about Troy Franklin developing into a serious playmaker, about Trent Sherfield doing his job with quiet efficiency, and Pat Bryant showing mental toughness beyond his years. This isn't a room full of divas. These are hard-working guys who understand the assignment, and they're delivering. One story that may have flown under the radar but speaks volumes about this team's resolve, Mike McGlinchey, battling injury, came back into the game. That's the kind of selflessness this roster is beginning to embody. Sutton highlighted it, saying that's the level of commitment you need if you're aiming for something bigger. And make no mistake, this team is aiming for something bigger. Sutton's voice echoed the emotion of the entire locker room. That win wasn't just another number in the standings, it was a statement. A message sent not only to the rest of the league but to every fan who stuck with this team through the lows. He made it crystal clear. This group isn't here to just show up. They're here to compete, to push, to fight, and most importantly, to honor the traditions and standards set by legends before them. What makes it all the more powerful is the way Sutton sees his role. He's not just catching passes. He's mentoring. He's leading. He's protecting the culture of the Denver Broncos. And you could hear it in every word he said about his teammates. He's proud, not just of his own performance, but of the guys grinding next to him. That's a rare kind of leadership, the kind that transforms a good team into something truly dangerous. Sean Payton's fingerprints are all over this shift. Sutton called him a mad scientist when it comes to film and play design, and that might be the perfect description. Think about it, a play cooked up in a meeting just one day before the game, deployed with seconds left, executed to perfection. That's not luck. That's preparation meeting trust. Payton saw the defense, knew the tendencies, and built a play specifically to exploit it. But more importantly, he had players like Sutton who could carry out that vision under pressure. That synergy is the foundation of something special brewing in Denver. And speaking of brewing, there's a quiet storm happening in the receiver room. Marvin Mims' growth is undeniable. He's not just a return guy anymore. He's making clutch plays, stepping up in the moments that matter. Troy Franklin, this kid is coming into his own, evolving each week. Trent Sherfield may not be lighting up the stat sheet, but his reliability and professionalism give the group a rock-solid foundation. Then there's Pat Bryant, young, raw, but determined. He's taking on more than most rookies and not backing down. Sutton sees it, and he loves it. That unity, that buy-in, that hunger, it's the heartbeat of this team. No egos, no complaints, just guys working their tails off, knowing that every role matters. Every block, every route, every inch gained or lost could be the difference between another rebuild and a playoff run. And while the offense was finding its rhythm, it's important not to forget the other two phases of the game. Sutton specifically praised the effort across all units, offense, defense, and special teams. That's key, because when the offense sputtered, it was the defense and special teams that kept the door open. That's the hallmark of a complete football team. When one side struggles, the others step up. And when the opportunity finally came, the offense seized it. Mike McGlinchey coming back and despite being banged up is just one example of that sacrifice. These are the kinds of things fans don't always see, but they speak volumes inside a locker room. Sutton saw it, respected it, and highlighted it because those moments, those gritty, quiet moments, are what championship teams are made of. This team is starting to believe in itself, and that's dangerous. You could see it in the way Sutton talked about that final drive. When that play call came in, fresh from Saturday's install, there was no hesitation, just confidence, execution, belief. He motioned over, saw the coverage, and knew this could work. And when it did, it wasn't just about yardage. It was about trust. Trust in the coach. Trust in the plan. Trust in each other. That's what makes this win so much more than a number in the W column. It's a sign that the culture Sean Payton is building is taking root. That these players aren't just showing up for paychecks. They're showing up for each other, for the fans, and for the legacy of the Denver Broncos. And don't overlook how personal this was for Sutton. Wearing number 88, feeling the weight of DT's legacy. Seeing the city flooded with orange and blue, honoring a player who meant so much to so many. That's not just football. That's family. That's history. That's why Sutton said he had to pull his emotions back, because this was deeper than the scoreboard. But in the end, the scoreboard said what it needed to say. Broncos win. If you felt that game in your chest, if you felt like DT was watching from above smiling, then you understand how important this moment was. This team still has work to do, no doubt. But the heart, the belief, the fight, it's all there. This wasn't just a football game. This was a legacy-defining moment, an emotional roller coaster wrapped in 4 quarters that tested every ounce of belief, grit, and unity this team has. And the way it unfolded, especially with the echoes of Demaryius Thomas and the shadow of the 2015 Super Bowl champions hanging in the air, felt like the universe was reminding us of what it means to be a Denver Bronco. What Courtland Sutton shared wasn't just raw honesty, it was leadership in its purest form. He wasn't talking about stats or headlines. He was talking about sacrifice, about teammates stepping up when it mattered most, about Mike McGlinchey fighting through pain to protect the quarterback, about a coach who sees things before they happen, and wide receivers who trust each other enough to play without ego. Sutton's words painted a picture of a team not driven by individual glory, but by a shared mission to restore greatness to this franchise. And you felt that in every snap. You felt it when Marvin Mims made those contested catches, when Troy Franklin quietly became a threat, when the offensive line dug deep despite setbacks. When Sutton said, "I got us," he wasn't asking for the spotlight, he was volunteering to carry the weight. That's a different kind of player. That's a captain. What makes this moment so intriguing isn't just the win, it's what it could mean. Are we seeing a cultural shift? Are we watching the foundation of something that resembles the chemistry, toughness, and brotherhood of the Super Bowl 50 team? Sean Payton's fingerprints are everywhere, on the play designs, the mindset, the refusal to panic under pressure. This team is starting to believe, and belief, in the NFL, is the most dangerous weapon of all. This is just one win, but it felt like more. It felt like a signal, a spark, a reminder that the Denver Broncos aren't just trying to rebuild, they're trying to reclaim something sacred. The attitude, the pride, the standard. So let me ask you this, Broncos country, do you believe this team has found its identity? Are we watching the beginning of a new era? Or is this just a glimpse of something still growing? Let me know in the comments. And if you felt something during this game, if it reminded you why you love this team, smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive Broncos content, and stick around because there's another video waiting for you right now on the screen. This is just the beginning. Go Broncos!